and tackling. All right, this is the deal. All right, so you'll hear me say this a lot, right? Leverage is advantage. All right, like you see, right, once you, like I tell our guys all the time, right? Leverage is cash money. You do not give it away. All right, once you got leverage, you keep it. All right, if you don't have it, you better get it. All right, and you play this way, you suck the air out of the run game. All right, so if I'm inside out, man, I am not letting that ball cross my face. Right, if I'm outside in, I'm not letting it cross my face. Right, leverage is advantage. Right, that's what matters. Right, and one of the things I say all the time is this. Right, don't run where you think he's going to be. You run right at him. Right, just like you're tracking with a rifle. All right, you run right at him. Right, because once you have leverage, you keep it. Right, and then you adjust. All right, and I think that these are the things we work on all the time. All right, so all right, some drill work. All right, so. All right, everybody does this drill. All right, this is what I think, all right? You're running inside out on the ball carrier, all right? If I'm ever 10 yards away, unimpeded, running the ball, right, something's wrong. Everybody with me, all right? But I'm doing this drill, all right, because I'm trying to get them to understand, and I'm standing behind them, and I'm making them run right at the ball carrier. Because they start this drill, and they start running over here, and then they get back in phase. That's not what you want. I want them running right at that guy from the get-go because I want them to understand that I'm inside out for a reason or I'm outside in for a reason. All right? So, we go right here, right? So, stay behind the ball carrier, track the near hip. We're going to snap the square on the breakdown. All right? So, what I mean by that is this, right? When he feels the throttle, right, this is where the pop the clutch term came in. All right? I am not, we don't say throttle. We don't say come to balance. We don't say shimmy. We don't say any of those words. All right? We don't, right? All we say is, right, you mirror the running back, right? And you maintain leverage. All right? Because I think, like, you start telling them to slow down, and they're going to have a hard time speeding back up. All right, so we're staying inside out on the ball carrier, and my main focus is trying to get in position to be square on the strike for whatever tackle they make. All right, another example of it here. You can see this is a good rep, right? Like he's running right at him from the get-go. Right, that's a pretty good rep. All right, coming back here's Torian. Right, you see inside out in the football the whole time. Pretty good. Over and over again, this drill, all right? Okay, all right, so that's tracking. All right, now, you get into, this is the deal I think you're trying to create, all right? You're trying to create decision-making for your defenders. Is everybody with me? All right, so I'm in a position, there's the ball carrier, I'm the defender, and I got to make a decision. Am I inside or outside? Where's the rest of the defense, right? And then how do I play? All right, and so I think what you're trying to create now is, that, especially if you're a linebacker coach, if you're a safeties coach, if you're an edge player, if you're a 3-4 defense and you coach the apex players, you're trying to create situations where they're in space and you're trying to create decisions for them, all right? Because you don't get enough practice reps, right? The ball runs away from them half the time, right? So we're trying to create decisions, all right? And so this is a decision-making drill. There's the ball carrier, right? I'm in a certain alignment. Where do I have to go, all right? So they're right here, they're back to back, all right, they're gonna run, right, and then as soon as he turns around, right, I've gotta acquire leverage from the running back. Is everybody with me? And you can do this a lot of different ways. You can have the running back run here, run there, but I call this 9-cone drill, all right? And all I'm trying to do, right, is get in position now to get leverage inside out and go fit on the ball, all right? And you see, right, we're gonna run right at him, right, so that we create space. This is a good rep here by Torian. Right, run right at him and then adjust. Everybody with me? Right, we're trying to create decision making. All right, over and over and over again. All right, here it is again. Right, I turn around. Where is my leverage? And then I adjust. All right, so now they're here. So now here it is. Right, so where's his leverage? His leverage is to the left. It's outside. All right, I've got to maintain that leverage across his face. Right, again, it's decision making. There it is, right there. Right, leverage across his face. And we got helmets and shoulder